Dianne Feinstein and other corporate Democrats are not fighting against the Republicans like how they did back in 2016. So Donald Trump and the Republicans want to quickly move forward with replacing RBG with his pick. It took Obama a year to get Merrick Garland appointed because of the minority Senate Republican filibuster. The minority Senate Democrat are not fighting, and it looks like the Supreme Court replacement of RBG will happen in a matter of weeks. So the Democrats are not fighting to block Donald Trump from appointing a third Supreme Court nominee right before a presidential election, which is what the Republicans were successfully able to do with Barack Obama in 2016. And I have my qualms with Ed Markey, and I have a whole video dedicated to that I did with Suzanne Murphy. But this tweet shows the hypocrisy with the Republicans. He writes that Mitch McConnell set the precedent. No Supreme Court vacancies filled in an election year. If he violates it, when Democrats control the Senate in the next Congress, we must abolish the filibuster and expand the Supreme Court. And then Dianne Feinstein said in response to ending the filibuster, I don't believe in doing that. I think the filibuster serves a purpose. It is not often used. It's often less used now than when I first came. And I think it's part of the Senate that differentiates itself. So guys, how do you think this is all going to end?
I mean, I will say I have no respect for Dianne Feinstein. She's 870,000 years old. She tried to get Assange evicted from the Ecuadorian embassy in London, along with that scumbag Ed Markey. There's no reason to respect this person. She has held her position since, let's see, I don't even know. These people, why aren't they focused on trying to get financial assistance for Americans who have been unemployed as a result of the coronavirus? We received a report recently that the House and the Senate are likely to adjourn, or at least the House is likely to adjourn for the recess session without having provided additional financial assistance to Americans. Yet somehow we're supposed to get involved in this identity politics fight regarding RBG. I mean, I don't know how people continue to take these politicians seriously. I don't know how people continue to believe in them, but then again, I don't know. That's just a point of issue with me. I don't know how people continue to believe that politicians care about anything but their own personal gain.
What do you think, Jose?
I mean, I don't care about Dianne Feinstein. I care that she has the power to pull Assange out of the Ecuadorian, embassy. I care that she has the power to tell other spineless, weaker Democrats what to do. I care that she has the power over my life. That's the only reason why I pay attention to these idiots. But I would say that it doesn't matter what she says. The Democrats are going to cave. They're not going to use the filibuster. If they do, you're going to see a response from the Republicans that you would never expect, because the Democrats never call the Republicans on their bluff, because if they do, they get hit harder. They've been cowed into submission, so they're not going to follow that advice. I still maintain that the Republicans are probably going to get their Supreme Court pick in, and that's going to help normalize Trump just getting to a second term. And we should really just be planning for what 2021 looks like.
Christy, do these comments surprise you by Dianne Feinstein and others like her?
No, I do think it's interesting that in the last couple election cycles, we're trying to make it harder and harder to do the job of the government, and by appointing some sort of judicial spot, specifically the Supreme Court. I think it's interesting that our culture lives and dies by the Supreme Court when, like Dak mentioned, we are still struggling out here. The average American is still struggling to get any sort of financial assistance, and that is not directly impacted by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court justice that gets appointed and nominated is not going to somehow wave their wand and magically help us out here in COVID land survive into 2021. So it's once again what we do the politicians and the media does is we look away from the real issue and we focus on something that is really removed from our everyday life. And while the Supreme Court does have an important job, it's, I feel like, not the most imminent. But I also think it's very strange that neither side wants to, you know, depending on who's in office, doesn't want to pick during election year. It's like we're limiting ourselves, we're making it harder and harder. And if it happens in election year and there's time to get it done, I mean, they can go for it.
Yeah, what do you think, Jeff?
About what exactly?
About the Democrats, they're not fighting like how the Republicans did back when
Yeah.
Obama was going to replace
Yeah,
his
it's
Supreme Court
yeah,
pick.
it's strange. It's like, I mean, you would expect them not to fight on economic issues because, you know, they're corrupt and bought off and all that, but they don't seem to really fight about anything, which, you know, I don't understand it. You know, but it's, I mean, I think part of it may tie into the fact that, you know, we have the Supreme Court with this enormous power where, you know, these judges are appointed for life, and both the Republicans and the Democrats, you kind of hold this over voter, you know, use it as kind of a gun to voters' heads. You vote for us so we can pick a good Supreme Court for you, and then, you know, other issues get ignored as a result.
Yeah, I think they're just paid to not fight. Like they're gonna do what the oligarchs want, and the oligarchs they're economically conservative, so they benefit off of a conservative Supreme Court.